Good morning. A city known for its bright lights and vibrant energy is waking up this morning under a dark cloud of sorrow and confusion. The heart of Reno, Nevada was shattered last night by a sudden and senseless act of violence. What began as a typical Monday evening, filled with the familiar sounds of laughter, music, and the cheerful ringing of slot machines at the Grand Sierra Resort and Casino, was horrifically interrupted. The community is now grappling with the aftermath of a mass shooting that has left deep, painful scars on everyone it touched. As a mother, my heart aches thinking of the calls that were made, the terror in people's voices, and the families whose lives have been changed forever by this tragedy. Let's break down what we know for sure at this hour. The tragic events took place on Monday, July 28, 2025. The first emergency calls reporting an active shooter at the Grand Sierra Resort and Casino, located on Grand Sierra Way in Reno, Nevada, came in at approximately 9:15 p.m. Pacific Time. As of this morning, authorities have confirmed that 4 innocent people have tragically lost their lives. In addition to these fatalities, at least 12 other individuals sustained injuries. These injuries range in severity, with several victims currently listed in critical condition at local hospitals. Medical teams are working around the clock to provide them with the care they need. To understand how this tragedy unfolded, let's walk through the sequence of events as we have pieced it together from police reports and witness accounts. The evening began like any other at the Grand Sierra. The suspect reportedly arrived at the resort shortly before 9 p.m. He was seen on security footage entering through the main doors carrying a duffel bag. For several minutes, he simply moved through the crowds, an anonymous figure in a sea of people. The first sign of trouble began at approximately 9:15 p.m. It was there that he reportedly opened his duffel bag and pulled out a semi-automatic rifle. The first gunshots rang out almost immediately, creating a sudden, jarring sound that many at first mistook for fireworks or a promotional stunt. The suspect's movements inside the casino were erratic and terrifyingly random, which only added to the chaos of the situation. After opening fire near the steakhouse entrance, he did not remain in one spot. Instead, he began to move methodically across the casino floor. Witnesses described him as calm and focused, a chilling detail that speaks to the premeditated nature of his actions. He walked past rows of slot machines, firing indiscriminately at anyone who crossed his path. There was no apparent pattern to his targets. He seemed to shoot at anyone he saw, whether they were playing a game, walking by, or trying to flee. The suspect's destructive path finally came to an end when he was confronted by the first teams of Reno police officers entering the building. The swift and decisive response from law enforcement was a critical factor in preventing an already horrific situation from spiraling into an even greater tragedy. The Reno Police Department, along with supporting agencies from across the region, demonstrated remarkable speed, strategic thinking, and seamless coordination. Their immediate actions were crucial in containing the chaos and minimizing further harm. Within a remarkably short time frame, just 3 minutes after the initial reports, the first patrol cars were already pulling up to the Grand Sierra Resort. Recognizing the urgency of the situation, their first priority was to form contact teams. These specialized units, comprised of small groups of 4 to 5 highly trained officers, were prepared to move directly toward the sound of gunfire with a clear objective: to neutralize the threat as quickly and safely as possible. At approximately 9:25 p.m., a mere 10 minutes after the first shots were reported to dispatch, a contact team successfully located the suspect on the north side of the bustling casino floor. Law enforcement officers made verbal contact, issuing clear and concise commands. However, the suspect failed to comply with these directives and instead made the deadly decision to aim his rifle directly at the officers. Faced with this immediate and lethal threat, the officers were left with no alternative but to use lethal force to protect themselves and the lives of countless others in the vicinity. This decisive action brought the active shooting to an immediate halt, preventing further casualties and allowing other first responders, including paramedics and medical personnel, to begin administering life-saving medical aid to the wounded. The bravery, professionalism, and efficiency displayed by law enforcement undoubtedly saved numerous lives that night, turning a potential catastrophe into a situation brought under control with remarkable speed. Behind the stark numbers and the detailed timelines lies a profound human tragedy. Real people, with hopes, dreams, and families, had their lives irrevocably altered or tragically cut short on that devastating Monday night. We now know that 4 precious individuals lost their lives in this senseless act of violence, leaving behind a void that can never truly be filled. We know that one of the deceased was a vibrant young woman, a beloved cocktail server at the Grand Sierra Resort. She is fondly remembered by her colleagues for her bright smile, her infectious energy, and her unwavering kindness towards everyone she met. Another victim was a tourist from California, a devoted father of 2 beautiful children who was visiting Reno with his wife to celebrate their wedding anniversary, a milestone now forever tainted by sorrow. The ripple of pain extends far beyond those who perished, encompassing the 12 individuals who sustained injuries during the attack. They are currently receiving intensive medical treatment at Reno Regional Medical Center and other local hospitals throughout the Reno area. Their injuries vary in severity, but several remain in critical condition, bravely fighting for their lives with the support of medical professionals and the unwavering hope of their families. As we focus on their physical recovery, we must also acknowledge and address the profound psychological trauma that they, and every other witness to this horrific event, have endured. The scars from this tragedy are not merely physical wounds. They are deeply emotional and psychological wounds that will require extensive time, support, and understanding to heal. The road to recovery will be long and arduous, but the community stands united in its commitment to helping these individuals rebuild their lives. In the hours and days following the shooting, a heavy silence has fallen over the city of Reno. The flashing lights of the casinos, usually a symbol of excitement and possibility, now seem to cast a somber glow. The Grand Sierra Resort, normally a hub of constant activity, remains closed to the public, an eerie and quiet crime scene cordoned off by yellow police tape. The wider Reno community has responded with an outpouring of love and support. Vigils are being planned to honor the victims and to provide a space for collective mourning. Local businesses are offering free meals to first responders, and blood banks have seen a surge in donations from citizens eager to help in any way they can. These acts of solidarity are a powerful statement that violence will not define their city. With the immediate threat neutralized, law enforcement has now pivoted to the complex and meticulous work of the investigation. Every piece of evidence, every witness statement, every security camera angle is now under intense scrutiny. The Grand Sierra Resort remains an active and extensive crime scene, a focal point for investigators as they piece together the events that unfolded. The scale of the scene requires a methodical approach, ensuring that no detail, no matter how small, is overlooked in the pursuit of justice. A central focus of the investigation is, of course, the suspect. Authorities have confirmed he is a 34-year-old male from Sparks, the city directly adjacent to Reno. His background is being thoroughly examined, his connections scrutinized, in an effort to understand what led him to this act. At this time, we have no motive for this attack, and investigators are working tirelessly to uncover the reasons behind this tragedy. The question of why hangs heavy in the air, a question that the community desperately seeks to answer. Today, Reno is a city united in grief. The vibrant energy that usually characterizes this city has been replaced by a palpable sense of sorrow and disbelief. Flags are flying at half-staff across the state of Nevada, a visible symbol of the collective sorrow that has gripped the region. This symbolic gesture reflects the deep respect and mourning felt by all, a somber reminder of the lives that have been forever altered. In the coming days, the community will come together to remember and to honor the lives that were lost. These gatherings are so important in the aftermath of a tragedy. They are a way for a community to say, "We see you, we hurt with you, and you are not alone." These moments of collective remembrance provide solace and strength, a shared space for healing and support. Interfaith leaders offer words of comfort and guidance, helping the community navigate the difficult path forward. Reno is known as the biggest little city in the world, a place with a strong sense of local identity and pride. Now it must draw on that spirit to navigate the difficult days ahead. The resilience of this community will be tested, but its spirit remains unbroken. It will heal, one day at a time, by remembering the victims, supporting the survivors, and reaffirming its commitment to being a community of light and hope, even in the face of unspeakable darkness. The road to recovery will be long, but Reno will emerge stronger, bound together by shared grief and an unwavering determination to rebuild.